for the playing of our national anthem by our award-winning band. Thank you. You may be seated. Congratulations to the class of 2019. You made it. You are my favorite class this year. I love a Sequim High School graduation. If you've been to one before, I say this every year. There's two reasons I really love it. Number one is it is a student-driven ceremony. You're going to see the talent that is up here. You're going to hear the talent that is up here. Number two, it's a formal ceremony. We practice 3 times as long as the actual ceremony is tonight, and these guys were amazing yesterday and today, and I shared with them why it's a formal ceremony, why we all look the same, and I'm proud of that, and we want to continue that tradition. So it's been around for over 100 years, so we're going to keep that going. This time I'd like to introduce a couple people, Jim Stoffer, Brandino Gibson from the school board, and Mr. Gary Neal, our superintendent. I'd also like to thank Gary Neal for his service to the Sequim School District and wish him luck in his next adventure. Okay, so my lovely wife stumbled across a podcast about a book by A.J. Jacobs called Thanks 1,000. Mr. Jacobs wanted to live in a place of gratitude and had a simple idea to personally thank every person involved in making his morning cup of coffee. I mean, every person. His quest literally took him around the world to thank all kinds of people responsible for that single cup of coffee, including architects, biologists, designers, miners, and even goat herders. What he realized in his quest was a reminder that gratitude can be so powerful because it allowed him to focus on the hundreds of things that go right every day instead of the 3 or 4 that go wrong. He cited one study from Scientific American that found gratitude is the single best predictor of well-being and good relationships. He had 5 big takeaways from his adventure. Number 1 was look up. Look up from your phones. Thank you. Look up when you're getting your cup of coffee and say thank you to that barista. Number 2 was smell the roses, and in his case, dirt and fertilizer. I love that. My father-in-law often tags his emails with smell the roses, stop and smell the roses. In fact, my daughter who's here tonight, in her 2008 valedictorian speech, that was her theme. Number 3 was find the hidden masterpiece. They're all around us, and it's our job to see what's right with the world. Number 4 is fake it till you feel it. My link leaders know that one really well. The author cited that by the end of the project, it almost became a chore to thank all the people he needed to thank, but by faking it until he felt it, he ultimately did feel it. He was amazed how the power of his actions literally shaped his thinking. And finally, number 5 is practice 6 degrees of gratitude. His point here was by digging deeper to thank everyone for that cup of coffee, he realized how interconnected we all are. That got me to thinking about the power of gratitude as a spark to action. I am grateful. I'm grateful for this community that has embraced and encouraged this class of 2019 and supported them with almost $400,000 of local scholarships to pursue the next chapters in their lives. I'm grateful for this amazing staff at SHS who have nurtured these students, pushed and pulled, and even nagged yesterday, this morning, to get them to this spot tonight. I'm grateful for the 2019 WIAA Boys Track State Champions. Oh yeah, and that fast kid, Murray Bingham, who was the WIAA 800 meter champ. I'm grateful for the class of 2019. I'm grateful that the class of 2019 has not only had to overcome the increase in graduation requirements from 22 to the core 24, they will be setting an SHS record in the least amount of days to graduate, thanks to Snowmageddon 2019. And we'll see you guys next week. This also got me to thinking about this class. So I asked a number of seniors over the last couple of weeks, who in the last 13 years of their education were they grateful for to get them where they are tonight? When I asked Caleb DeMott, I didn't even finish the question and he shouted out, Mr. Lorenzen. And Mr. Lorenzen's not here tonight, as Caleb said, because his daughter's graduating. But Caleb's still mad. Hunter Wells, who happens to be attending the finest institution in all of America, Pacific Lutheran University, said that it has to be his mom, but quickly added Mr. O'Meara's had a huge influence on him as well. Jacob Denny didn't even think about it when citing Miss V. Thanks for being there, Miss Vanderveld. Don't worry, Jacob, she feels the same way about you. I talked with our very own Mr. Rappeljay about the idea of gratitude and what he's grateful for this class. In usual rap fashion, he started with a funny answer. He said when he gets older, he knows he's going to be needing a bunch of surgeries. That old broken tailbone is going to come back to haunt him, and he's pretty certain there will be a bunch of doctors in this class. But then in real true rap form, he emailed me the following. Well, you really got me thinking now. As educators, we often talk about the impact teachers can have on students, but we often neglect the important impacts students have on teachers. One more thing I'm grateful for this class is that they inspired me to keep teaching. At the end of 2016, after 14 years, I was actively looking to do something else. I was quite frankly burnt out. In the fall of 2006, I was greeted with the most energetic, thoughtful, scholarly, amazing group of sophomores in my chemistry classes. The students inspired me each day and reminded me how fun teaching can be. They made teaching fun again. So, what am I grateful for? I may not be teaching here if it wasn't for the class of 2019, and that's a fact. So I want to thank you guys for that too, because we're glad he's still teaching. Speaking of that, that's who Maggie Van Dyken signed as the person she's grateful for. That and Damon Libb. Those are two pretty outstanding men of character. I'm grateful that Maggie finally let me sit in the family Porsche. And I guess I'm sorry that Dad hurt his back this week so he couldn't drive it, he had to drive the truck. One of my favorite answers came from a sweet girl who sat on our front porch when she was 4 years old, picking out cowboy boots to ride the horses, Allison Vanderway. When I asked Allie who she was grateful for, she simply said, herself. Miss Shingleton, who has her own speedy graduate tonight, had this to say about her gratitude for this class. With much gratitude, I thank the class of 2019 because my favorite PE classes ever were my freshman classes 4 years ago, full of energy, compassion, and fun. I have gratitude for those that appeared dressed as T-Rex, Fisher Jensen, others that never stopped smiling, Jacob Pyatt, and the ones that call me family, just as I call you family, Shaylee Schumann, Caitlin Baeta, Riley Martin, and Brendan Jack. I am grateful for that my own son got to share his high school career with this outstanding class. Porter Funston is grateful for Aunt Christine, who flew all the way from New York to be here tonight. So thanks for coming, Aunt Christine, wherever you are out there. I had to ask Rigoberto Rex who he was grateful for. Of course, it should have been me or his mom, but no. He didn't hesitate when he said the name of his very first friend from 2nd grade at Grey Wolf Elementary, Tommy Danger Hall. Davey Cundiff plans on going into law enforcement. He's grateful that he was able to engage in so many deep, thoughtful conversations with Mr. Lippert. Another young lady that I've had the privilege to know most of her life is Madison Green. When I asked Maddie who she was grateful for in getting here tonight, she thought about it for a minute, and then she said, her grandpa. Don't cry out there, Mom. Morgan Drollinger is grateful for the things that have all worked out like they're supposed to, and for the love and support of her boyfriend, Andrew Tucker. KP, the VP, that's Katie Potter for you non-SHSers, is grateful for Isabel Huguenot's mom and dad. She said it's nice to have a second mom and dad. There's some sad news for the staff, though. Mr. Feely is retiring. Mr. Feely is actually Derek Feely, who isn't retiring, although that's what he's telling our staff. Derek is graduating tonight, and he's grateful for his grandma and Mr. Steve Boots. True story, Mark Willis did think that Derek was a substitute teacher for the first 2 years that Derek was here. Finally, I asked Mr. Vandaway what he was grateful for this class. He emailed me 5 pages that I'd like to read now. No, seriously. He did email a bunch, but I'll give you just the highlights. I'm grateful for Ian Parker, who accrued 81 tardies to my first period calculus class. Yet always lifted the mood with his presence and a smile. I'm grateful for Rudy Franco, Natalie Torres Mendoza, and Amanda He, who have embodied determination by never giving up in my classes despite the challenges and obstacles. And finished with this. Every job has its hills and valleys, and teaching is no exception. I had experienced a rough patch over the last few years of teaching that left me disheartened, looking for a way out and ready to throw in the towel. This group of students has completely rejuvenated my passion for my vocation. One of our goals as teachers is to inspire our students towards success. These young men and women are exceptional students, incredible athletes, and exemplary leaders. And they somehow manage to do it all and do it extremely well. They have inspired me to become the best teacher I can be. So, class of 2019, I encourage you to take a walk on the gratitude trail. Look up and see what's right with the world. Live a life of gratitude. We are grateful for the mark you've left on Square High School and can't wait to see what you'll do next. Who knows, one of you may be operating on Mr. Rappache down the road. For all you've done for us, thanks 1,000. Congratulations. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our first student speaker, selected by the class of 2019, and that is Tommy Danger Hall.
Onkuai Akshin Stachi Shaisho, Asquatchenu Pishaicha, Awud Sinsina Hall Nuhaime, Stiklum Nisquine from Swim. Hello, welcome. I'm glad you're all here. My name is Tommy Hall from the Hall family, and my tribe is Jamestown Skull from Squim. I'd like to thank my class for electing me for this opportunity to speak. I'd like to thank the administration, the staff, and this whole community for their support. I'm going to start right away with a quote from the amazing Spider-Man 2. It's easy to feel hopeful on a beautiful day like today, but there will be dark days ahead of us too. And there will be days where you feel all alone, and that's when hope is needed most. Keep it alive, no matter how buried it gets. Or lost you feel, you must promise me that you will hold on to hope and keep it alive. We have to be greater than what we suffer. My wish for you is to become hope. People need that. I know it feels like we're saying goodbye, but we will carry a piece of each other into everything that we do next, to remind us of who we are and of who we're meant to be. Growing up with everyone in this class has truly been a blessing. I remember some people saying what they wanted to be when they grow up. For example, Rigo wants to be an elementary school teacher. Thomas wanted to be an architect. Kyler wanted to be an underwear model. And some people wanted to grow up to be 33. I remember the moment of realization of what I wanted to be when I grew up. I jumped off the couch, ran to my mom and said, "Mom, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I want to be Spider-Man." She told me, "Grow up, Tommy. You graduate in a week." This school is literally the best high school I've ever attended. To be fair, this is the only one I've attended, but that doesn't discredit the many opportunities that we have been given, especially with some amazing teachers. Mr. Vandaway once said, "Tommy, you never pay attention, yet you understand everything." I think I wasn't listening. I love all the awards that are given out and all the records that we can break. This year, Swim High School Class of 2019 has broken an insane record. Our entire class earns the U-Turn Award for being the first class ever to have to come back after we graduate. Coming back to school after you graduate is like dating your girlfriend or your boyfriend after you've broken up. One thing about me and my family, I'm the last of 7 kids. All 6 of my older siblings are Swim High School graduates, and a few of these staff members have the privilege to have all of them. So take a breather, faculty of Swim High School. We have a whole new generation with 10 grandchildren and counting. In my culture, totem poles can be used to celebrate people's and communities' accomplishments. What most people may think is that the top of the totem pole is the most important and have the most honor, while the bottom is often looked over. But that's not true. The top of the totem pole is traditionally looked at as the hopes and dreams of your future, while the bottom of the totem pole is seen as the totem with the most honor. To construct a totem pole, you need a strong foundation. To finish the top of your totem pole, which are your life's achievements, you need to start from your foundation. High school is a great foundation and can set you up to accomplish what you desire in life. You have so many people in your life who want you to reach these goals, no matter which path and which way you go. I told my grandfather that I wanted to join the circus. He was thrilled. He really thought I said I wanted to join the service. My grandfather, who I'm honored is here tonight, is a decorated veteran of the Vietnam and Korean Wars, so of course he was thrilled. At the time of his retirement in 1978, he was the highest-ranking full-blooded Native American to have ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces. What I'm trying to say is, no matter where you go and who you decide to be, you will always have support from those around you. Reach the top of your totem pole. I'll leave you with a quote by Denzel Washington. He said, "Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success." Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it. Thank you.
I told you they were talented. We were lucky enough this year to have 7 valedictorians. If you saw the paper, it's the Magnificent 7. You guys can start making your way up right now. The 7 valedictorians are Emily Bundy, Arlene Law, Liam Payne, Elizabeth Sweet, Maggie Van Dyken, Sean Weber, and Blake Wicker.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, congratulations to the class of 2019. I am speaking for all my fellow valedictorians when I say it is an honor to be speaking in front of our amazing class today. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Today, to embody this notion, each of us are going to speak about lessons and character qualities that we believe are valuable in school and in life. For me, one of the most important character qualities one can have is grit. Grit is hard work and determination, passion and perseverance. It is sticking to your goals when you encounter obstacles and is the driving force behind success. Through my 4 years, I strive to be the grittiest person I could be, both in my schoolwork and in my sports. I never let a difficult test or a missed putt stop me from achieving my goals. Grit is also something that everyone on this stage exemplifies. High school is a journey that requires tenacity and fortitude, and we all rose to the challenge. In Mr. Vandaway's classroom and in many others around campus, I frequently found classmates completing complex math problems, discussing essays, or cranking code until well after 4 o'clock. As our time in high school comes to an end and our new adventure awaits, we must continue to work hard, be determined, and have grit. There is a quote that says, "There is no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs." So class of 2019, when you are climbing those stairs, remember to be gritty.
As a 6th grader, I sat in those metal bleachers watching my brother stand at this very podium presenting his own valedictorian speech. I distinctly remember a mother and her young son sitting in front of me, the son leaning over and asking, "Mom, what's a valedictorian?" And the mother whispered in reply, "Honey, those are the smart people." That simple phrase planted a seed in my head. I wanted to be a valedictorian. I wanted my high school career to show that I was smart. But high school isn't about honing just one trait. It's about defining and refining all of your traits so that you can become a well-rounded person. And what I didn't hear that day, and instead have had to learn, is that there's a bunch of different types of smart. There's ace the test but never study kind of smart. There's the mechanical kind of smart, social kind of smart, artsy smart, studious smart, and the list goes on. In order to become the kind of person who can see this, the one who becomes a well-rounded individual, you have to have perspective. Perspective is attitude. It's a point of view. Most of all, it's a mindset. During my 4 years at SHS, I had to have a growth mindset, to learn to adapt, to have a strong work ethic, and to advocate for myself. That's how I landed here at this podium today. As we all go our separate ways and branch out into the world, I beg of you to open your eyes. Broaden your perspective. It can shape the way you think and act and can greatly make a difference in both your life as well as others. Today, high school will be officially over. For some, it seemed nearly impossible to make it here. But we are here. So have the lens which can help you to see that attaining your goals is possible, no matter where you came from or the obstacles that you face. Bask in your ever-changing perspective and the infinite possibilities that allows you to not only see, but grab a hold of.
Let me ask a question. How many times have you failed in your life? Probably more than you'd like to say, and those moments probably weren't your proudest, right? Well, we all know the feeling when we're asked a question in class and we respond with a complete wrong answer. After, you must have felt embarrassed and stupid. I'm sure you all remember that feeling. You might even remember the specific question that was asked. In my life, I failed on multiple accounts, not turning in my homework on time, forgetting to do a project, losing a friend, or even when your lab partners get over 100% error, which is kind of impossible, but really anything is possible in RAP's class. So why are these moments so important? These defining memories give us purpose, a purpose to strive for a better tomorrow where those mistakes won't happen again. So what if we all mess up on a question every so often? The memories of the embarrassment and failure will forever be ingrained in our minds and help us to grow. If we always had the right answer and never saw anything but accomplishments in our life, then when we go to college or the workforce or wherever our paths may lead us, it is going to be so much harder to accept and learn from the defeat. Instead of falling down, we need to be able to fail so we are able to rise to the occasion and build our future. So what if I missed a homework assignment? Maybe that night it was more important to spend time with my family watching a movie because my sisters who live in Spokane, Montana wanted to watch Inside Out. Now I'm not saying just watch Netflix because trust me, I'm so behind in Riverdale and Grey's Anatomy, I'm never going to catch up. But this is your future that you are shaping. Take the opportunity to learn to fail so you can succeed later in life. As J.K. Rowling wisely said, it is impossible to live without failing at something unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all. So don't be afraid to push the limits, test the boundaries, because we were meant to fall so we could learn to pick ourselves back up again.
As we are all gathered here, soon to be heading off into the world to push those boundaries and limits, as Maggie mentioned, I'd like to pose a question to each and every one of you. What is your foundation, as Tommy referenced earlier? And more importantly, is your foundation going to last? A house that's built on rock can last for centuries, but a house that's built on sand is doomed from the start. Are your values going to hold up in the world? Where is your hope found? And where have you placed your identity? Everything we do from here on out in our lives is going to build on these very questions, so we must ensure that we stand on an eternal and unwavering base. Now, I consider myself to be a pretty optimistic and positive guy, but what happens when we stand up? Well, What happens when we end up with a career-ending injury, we lose someone important in our lives, or a robot ends up taking our jobs we've started our whole lives for? Thankfully, my foundation is not in comedy. Is that storm going to make our lives fall apart, or are we going to be able to stand strong? We must build our lives on something that will stand firm despite the trials of life. I have only found this foundation in Christ, but all I ask of you, as my last words to y'all before we leave today, is to build your life on the rock and not the sand.
It is my foundational belief that the key to a successful life incorporates integrity and kindness. Throughout high school, we are always focused on the numbers, our grades, our GPA, what we place in a sports meet. Our aspirations drive us to become who we want to be, and we focus on the steps we must achieve in order to reach our goals. But the true success in life lies in your desire and pursuit to become the best version of yourself. Integrity is defined as the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Integrity defines us, who we are, what we believe, and where we want to go. Each of us embodies a different sense of integrity, our personal experiences shaping the portrayal of our pursuits. Integrity is about trust, sincerity, and decency, but it is also anchored in being strong in your convictions, being you. Mr. Rogers once said, "The greatest gift you ever give is your honest self." Just as all of you have blessed Swim High School with your time and talents, share yourselves with the world. We all have experienced moments throughout our high school tenure that have tested our confidence, but we must embrace these challenges with the courage in our own individual convictions, our integrity. A part of having integrity is to be true to yourself, deciding how to act in any situation based on your inner moral compass. For me, it has resided in trying to choose kind in any given situation. I know you guys heard choose kind a lot around our school this year, and you can thank me for that, but it really matters. Kindness always matters. I found this quote a couple years ago and now use it as a motto to live by. When given the choice between being right and being kind, choose kind. We are at the end of high school, but we are at the beginning of something else, something wonderful, the rest of our lives. Choose to live your life as a mirror of your integral and best self. Embrace integrity and choose kindness. To me, being a valedictorian doesn't necessarily indicate intellect or talent. It's a title with glorified connotation, a badge to validate struggle. Striving for relative perfection really is constant stress. The expectations of others often dictated my actions. I've internalized accomplishments as equitable substitutes for true happiness, and often ingrained in my mind a rigid dichotomy of succeed or fail. These traits tended to amplify any failure, and made this year personally demoralizing. After years of dedication, preparation, and discipline, I applied to my dream school, Stanford University, pouring everything into my application and believing I had to be enough. Stanford represented elite achievement, the epitome of success, validation, and vision. I was in fact rejected. This hurt deeply, closing a door on the future I had long envisioned. Now, disappointment does linger, but with the passage of time, I've observed profound elements of my life to value. My friends, family, teachers, knowledgeable team, track, band, and my future at the University of Washington have all reminded me that I have value and contribution to something greater than myself, and this accomplishment is more significant than what any college admissions board could tell me. I have learned to affirm my worth through self-validation and to value individuality and personal diversity over any system of conformity that confines success to any singular model or pathway. As Socrates put so eloquently, education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Our educational journeys are more than homework and test scores where we go to college. They're about growth and pursuit of our passions and self-understanding in a low-risk environment where we are nurtured, not demanded, to experience and experiment. Here's my advice. Take rejection in stride, live boldly, and enjoy every moment, for we are far more than any single ambition or event. We are boundless.
There are issues
issues at every level of our lives. Nationally, this generation will likely see the adjusted national debt soar past $100 trillion. And no, that's not it. In Seattle, city council members strive to make the city a beacon of progression, and yet homelessness grows by the day with no real solutions. All the way to the microcosm of our beloved town of Swim to grow and produce, and a pressure on its youth to make it out. However, just because issues exist today does not mean this needs to be the status quo for the future. Change doesn't come easy, but besides free cone day at Dairy Queen, how many good things come easy? This is the class of 2019. We've survived 6 curriculum changes. We're the first group to be mandated with 24 high school credits. This group of students you see before you are full of inquisitive scholars, dedicated athletes, and eager minds, ready to demand change, manifest progress, cultivate kindness, and spark joy. Underfunded resources aside, we have clubs winning awards, an earth-shattering year for sports, including 16 of our 21 offered seasons making it to state, resulting in 2 state championship titles, proving that we can make the most out of very little. As we step out of this beautifully rural, compassionate, and budding community to conquer the world, we encourage everyone here today to examine the values and qualities that define us and the biases that restrain us, keeping in mind some wisdom of Albert Einstein. A ship is always safe at shore, but that is not what it is built for. This is the group that takes action, embraces risks to take challenges, and ultimately pushes boundaries to expand our viewpoints. And so, to the class of 2019 and all future Swim High graduates, get out there and do something you care about. Maybe even something you think you care about, because change starts with you.
So, to the class of 2019, as we begin this new chapter in our lives, let's remember to be gritty,
Broaden your perspective.
Don't be afraid to fail.
To build on the rock.
Embrace integrity and choose kindness. Be boundless.
And take action.
Congratulations, class of 2019!
We started, the next step on your program you'll see is the U-Turn Award. We started the U-Turn Award in 2005, actually, when Mr. Bill O'Brien was teaching here. And we had this really huge, strong man come and give us a motivational assembly. His name was Keith Davis. And one of the things he did was took a piece of rebar and he bent it in the shape of a U. And that's not what he was trying to do. He was just trying to show us how strong he is. So I had that sit in my office, and Bill walked in, and he said, "That looks like a U," and his message was about turning your life around and battling through adversity. Well, the crazy thing is Keith Davis actually was here again this year and was blown away when he looked at the plaque outside my office with all the years of U-Turn Award winners. In fact, my daughter here is here today, who is a leadership teacher at Rogers High School, and they will be in their 2nd year of stealing our U-Turn Award. We had something happen this year that has never happened before in the history of the U-Turn Award. We had a unanimous winner. I send out an email to the staff 2 or 3 weeks before school, and I usually get 5 or 6 names of people, and then we talk about it and we kind of decide which one it was. This year, one name. I remember this person well when they were a freshman. They probably didn't make the best choices, but they were fabulous. In fact, they were part of the Fab 46 group. The 2019 U-Turn Award winner is Mr. Jacob Denny. Early in the program, I talked about who Jacob was grateful for, and that was Miss V. So Miss V wrote this about Jacob, and it summarizes his journey perfectly. I had the honor of working with Jacob over his 4 years at Swim High School, and I've watched an angry, disillusioned, disengaged boy grow into a respectful, hardworking, articulate young man. Jacob was supported by many people at Swim High School and within the swim community. While each person shares responsibility in encouraging Jacob along his path, Jacob chose to accept the support of these people. Jacob chose to take AP classes when his friends were dropping out of school. Jacob chose to use the roadblocks as stepping stones to a higher path. Jacob chose to believe in himself, believe in his supporters when they said he was capable of way more than just mediocrity. Jacob Denny chose to take the path less traveled and is standing here today in a graduation robe with a bright future in front of him because of the difficult choices he made. He should be very proud of himself, We are very proud of her, so congratulations to her. They didn't do it. The senior choir is supposed to, please, come on guys, there you go. You only spent 6 hours practicing the last 2 days. The senior choir, usually directed by Mr. Lorenzen, like I told you, who's at his daughter's graduation today, will be singing Climb Every Mountain. When we finish up here, our kids are going to walk out and they're going to end up down by that goal post. We want to make sure all of them get out, so we'd ask that you stay there in your seats until they all get out so they can all be honored as they make it over to that spot, and then you can hang out as much as you want over there. The faculty at SHS this year elected this speaker. She's awesome. I'm glad she's speaking, and that's Isabel Huguenot.
Hi guys. Good evening. First, I would like to thank teachers, parents and guardians, students, the community as a whole for coming to support your outgoing class of 2019. Teachers, thank you so much for your dedication and helping us to get where we are today, graduating with all 24 credits. Parents and guardians, you really are troopers. Thank you for all the car rides back and forth to sports practices and activities. When we got those sweet, sweet keys our sophomore year, thank you for staying up late waiting for us to get home safely. Underclassmen, I think we're leaving SHS in good hands. And finally, the community of Sequim, thank you so much for your endless support and generosity towards us these past 4 years. I have learned so many important lessons in high school, but 2 of them have stuck out to me: the power of conversation and the power of self-confidence. In high school, it can be easy to fall into a routine. Wake up, scroll through Instagram for 10 minutes, get dressed, brush your teeth, brush your hair, maybe, and then you're out the door. At school, we have the same 6 classes every day. And then we go to sports practice or a club meeting, head home, do homework, maybe, watch some TV, and go to bed. In the routine of physical life, it can be easy to let your mind fall dormant, to stop thinking deeply. I've had the privilege of having incredible teachers and friends throughout the past 4 years who have woken my mind and challenged me to think deeply about my core values. As we all step into our futures, we must examine ourselves and discover what our core values are. What do you stand for? What are you passionate about? What do you believe and why do you believe it? I challenge you all to think deeply about these questions. All of our lives, we have lived more or less in the public school system, and now we are going to be entering into so many different environments where the ideals and perspectives that we've grown up with may be challenged. So, know your values and know what you stand for. And after that, don't be afraid to listen. One of my favorite artists, Michael Lipsy, said, "You need to step outside your culture to see the shackles it has placed on your thinking." This is not to say that the culture of swim, or high school for that matter, has been a prison for our mind or that it's corrupted our thinking. It's just different than the cultures we will be stepping into in our new walks of life. To me, this quote means we should be open to the different opinions and viewpoints we may come across. I attended Baccalaureate last Sunday, and one of the speakers phrased it well when he said that we should have a firm inside formed by our core values and beliefs, and then a soft exterior formed by our love and respect for others. So naturally, this made me think of an avocado. A firm inner core values and a soft exterior of kindness. So the first lesson I learned in high school was to be like an avocado. The second lesson I learned is the power of self-confidence. I moved to swim in 8th grade, and I don't know if these people will remember this, but I will always remember Kelly Meyer, who met me by the flagpole on the first day to walk me in because I was too shy to go in by myself. Or Connor Martin, who invited me to sit at a lunch table when I was alone. Or Arlene Law, the first person I met at Swim Middle School who asked me to hang out outside of school. These people have shaped who I am today, and they reach out to me because they have the self-confidence to step outside their comfort zone, to breach the social barriers of the dreaded middle school cafeteria. Whenever I had a bad day at school, or was crying because I didn't feel like I fit in, my mom would recite a quote to me from a book called The Help. You is kind, you is smart, and you is important. And for some reason, those simple words would always lift my mood and give me a deep self-confidence. I'm not going to look at my mom right now because I know that she's crying and other girl probably cried too. Throughout high school, I have become increasingly self-confident, and I hope that I've been able to be a friend to those who didn't have one, just like Kelly, Connor, and Darlene were to me. And like my mom, I want to let them know that they is kind, they is smart, and they is important. And I want to continue to do this, hopefully even better, in the future. So here are my 2 main takeaways from the whole high school experience. 1, be like an avocado. And 2, you is kind, you is smart, and you is important. And with that, let's make it a great one, Wolves!
Next up, we have our Superintendent, Gary Neal.
Well, I would like to welcome all the family and friends, and certainly the school and high school staff and Principal Langston for helping come here to help celebrate this wonderful milestone for these wonderful young men and women that we have here. My speech is going to be based on facts and faith. It's a fact you're in the audience. It's a fact that they're graduating. It's a fact that I'm speaking. And it's my faith that anyone's going to care what I have to say. In 1989, I got to listen to a keynote speaker at a small school in Spokane. The speaker was Lou Holtz, and the small school was Gonzaga University. For those of you that aren't familiar with Lou Holtz, he was mostly famous for his stint in coaching football. Coached 34 years as a college and a professional football coach. Took the University of Notre Dame on to become national champions in the mid to late 1980s. But more importantly, Lou Holtz that day spoke about something called WIN that really kind of stuck in my mind. And WIN stood for what's important now. And he went on and spoke about that. But since then, I have followed Lou Holtz and kind of, he's written many books. He's now a world-renowned speaker, motivational and inspirational speaker. And while I was getting prepared for this, I was thinking, what's a takeaway that I'd like to have for these graduates? And it reminded me, years ago, he came up with 3 rules to live life by. And I kind of want to go over that with you folks to try to give you something to attach and develop into your brain to think about. And here are Lou Holtz's 3 rules of life. He says, first off, we have all kinds of rules and laws in life. We've got federal laws, state laws, corporate laws, bylaws, you name it. Holtz simplified things by following just 3 simple rules in life. Rule number 1, do right. Just do the right thing. We've all done dumb things and we wish we hadn't done them, but you can't go through life with an albatross around your neck saying, I made a mistake. Say you're sorry, make amends, and move on. Wherever we are is because of the choices we make. We can't control where we land. Rule number 2, do everything to the best of your ability. Not everybody will be a celebrity, not everybody will be a superstar, not everybody will be famous, but everybody can do their best all the time. Most importantly, only you know if you have given it your best effort. Always, always be true to yourself. Rule number 3, show people you care. Ask people, how can I help you? How can I assist you? And mean it. Have a deep down burning desire to help people. Holtz then says you can get by with only 3 rules because the people you meet will have 3 basic questions. The first question, can I trust you? Without trust, there is no relationship, says Holtz. Without trust, you don't have a chance. People must trust you. You must embody trustworthiness. Trust is easy. Trust does not cost anything. But as significant, trust will determine how people perceive you. The second question, are you committed to excellence? You may end up working for a large corporation or you may work for yourself. Regardless, you need to understand and believe in your vision and opportunities you have to offer people. A very important key to excellence is your choice to be true to your promise and promises. People may appear to be impressed with how much you know, but will be more drawn to your honesty and commitment to excellence. The third question, do you care about me? Caring about people is not making their life easy. Caring about people is not being a friend. Caring about people is enabling them to be successful. Are you willing to seek first to understand others and then for you to be understood? He concludes, if people follow these 3 simple rules in life, their confidence, their self-confidence grows. They have no doubt about who they are or what they represent. They lift up everyone in their organization and put others in front of their own needs. These 3 rules hold organizations, relationships, and communities together. So class 2019, you have survived Smarter Balanced Assessment. You've survived Core 24. And more importantly, as Principal Langston said earlier, you have survived Snowmageddon. Congratulations to each one of you, and thank you for leaving the school district in a better place.
Hey, Maggie, here we go. Now, the reason that you came tonight, the presentation of the class of 2019 by the senior class president, Maggie Van Dyke, and let's see if we can gong our way through this.
Nathan Despain. Riley Cowan. Johnny Young. Kyler Rolness. Austin Henning. India Hayes Delamere. Derek Henry Feely. Jordan Williams Rudd. Keyshawn Devin Whitney. Christopher Morgan. Ozzie Kramer. Obed Lopez. Riley Martin. Benjamin J. Castle. Julianne Mackey. Emmanuel Gomez Hernandez. Eli Dominguez. Nick Mays. Beth Strong. Tyson Beaudry. Jason Barty. Madison New. Letitia Robidoux. Alyssa Nicole Rothganger. Ashley Rochelle Tate. Liliana Mackenzie Williams. Macy Sierra King. Jarrett James Allen. Jasmine E.T. McKenna Rose Kettle. Isabella Rose Clausio. Ty Andrew Borum. Matthew Martin Dahl. Raylyn Jordan Updike. Bobby Lee Sparks. Miranda K. Williams. Kyle John Savage Morton. Michaela Ewing. Claire Payne. Hannah McDowell. Aaron Gordon. Brendan Jack. Shaylee Schumann. Alex Shingleton. Fisher Jensen. Carl McElmore. Murray Bingham. Brittany Gale. Tylee Jean Hogue. Rigoberto Rex Langston. Joseph Samuel Oliver. Thomas Morgan Hughes. Thomas David Hall. Jacob Gurney. Jacob Hyatt. Morgan Drollinger. Andrew Tucker. Caitlin Matson. Madison Poley. Colin J. Neal. Lena Chong Wong. Haley Triana Holden. Joseph Robert Dawson. Shelby Lois Wells. Madison Green. Janaea Brow. Connor Lamb. Hayden Webb. Caleb Yater. Madison Howe. Quinn Elise Danielson. Raymond Wayne Lamb. Alex Berkoff. Zoe Marie Page Blackburn. Trey Brouillard. Gabrielle Lene Simonson. Asia Rose Sebastian. Jewel Marie Bell. Cecilia Avila Zulumbio. Milana Mindubaeva. Bree Rocha. Lily Paulson. Gabby Paulson. Sawyer Newt. Edward Heisen. Daniel Fowler. Brady Dowd. Liam Broughton. Hunter James Wells. Christiana Teresa Hazel. Taylor Ray Breckenridge. Veronica Jasmine Preciado. Natalie Monique Torres Mendoza. Bailey Kaufman. Kelly Meyer. Willow Brooke Williams. Heidi Catherine Schmidt. Hannah Grace Floor. Mia Inez Underwood. Liam Seamus Byrne. Riley Andrew Scott. Benjamin Christian Logan. Charlie Gordon Conroy. Elijah Welch. Abel Lelly. Ashley Gale Rosales. Damon Douglas Will. Allison Lauren Van de Weg. Matthew Hearn. Joey Emma Darminio. Lauren Cameron. Alyssa Lowe Little. Amanda He. Anissa Tibbetts. Ethan Graham. Tyler Chase Morales. Caleb Mont. Ethan Mayer. Cameron Patterson. Heidi O'Leary. Hannah O'Leary. Sage Marie Turner. Lillian Gabriella Ritchie. Austin D. Voorhees. Dylan Barks. Alberto Angel Tinoco. Evan Drescher. Jared Bates. Brenton Druck. Silas James Eisenberger. Madison Melinda Murphy. Andrew Lee Candelick. Connor David Martin. Bryn Lee Beery. Nadia May Martin. Jacob Wesley Denny. Cameron Ryan. Isabel Dennis. Elena Nahara. David Calderon Castro. Rodolfo Franco. Emily Lorraine Bundy. William Joseph Bayless Payne. Blake Hudson Stig Wicker. Arlene Louise Law. Annika Valkyrie Christensen. Sean Weber. Ian Parker. Isabel Barty Huguenot. Potter. Caitlin Simmons. Nathaniel Edge. Kayla Alexi Gulin. Lindsay Cook. Damian Cundiff. Dimitri Coyer. Nicholas Kingsley. Dawson Stevens. Amanda Sutherland. Amanda Wiggins. Michael Lawrence Matterhall. Madeline Kate Patterson. Caitlin Vieta. Elizabeth Sweet. Porter Merritt Funston. Laura Walshenbach. Brady Combs. Richard Antonio Hall. Taylor Porter. Shay Zentz. Anthony Charles Thompson Perazzo. Matthew Fowler. Christine Alexandra David. Paola Garcia Osorio. Saren Rees. Haley Gober. Brittany Bergman. Chelsea Nestor. Keith Richard Ahern III. Truman Kepler Wickert. Christian Abkin. Aaron Jackson.
And Maggie Nicole Van Dyken.